Okay, we're moving on to some funner shapes and designs, and I'm having so much fun. I wanted for sure to make a beer can cowboy hat, and I must say I really like it. I figured out how to make a dip in the top, which I think looks pretty cool. It's actually a really good sun visor, which you will definitely need when you're sporting this bad boy around town all summer. As usual, see the description for links to the blog tutorial and complete pattern in my Etsy store. You will need a size I crochet hook, regular utility scissors, a paper hole punch, and worsted weight yarn. I recommend an acrylic like Red Heart. And 6 can labels total. Here I'm going to go over the basics kind of briefly, so if you need more detailed instructions, see my 3-in-1 tutorial. Now, I know I've requested that you use anything but boring old school beer cans since there's so many more options these days. However, I do understand there's a place for a true classic. I mean, come on. By all means, if you have fond memories or it's your uncle's favorite or whatever, a basic cheap beer can be just what you need. Now, cut 4 can labels into the usual rectangle shape about 3 inches across. Round the corners and smooth the edges. Cut the last 2 labels to 3-inch squares. Personally, PBR has a special place in my heart. A few of my friends still have their PBR hats made by college me, so I saved these cans for this beer can cowboy because it just seemed appropriate. For the short labels, punch 4 holes on each side. The tall labels punch 4 across and 5 up the sides. All right, crochet time. We're going to work 3 single crochets per hole and 5 per corner. For this design, we won't do a round 2. We're using the quicker method from part 3 of my 3-in-1 tutorial. Lay out the labels in the order of tall, tall, short, tall, tall, short. Take 2 labels back to back, lined up by the bottom edges. We're going to join using the single crochet 2 together, pulling the first loop from the front label and the second loop from the back label, and then finish the stitch. Don't pull your stitches too tight on this part. Looser stitches are definitely better for this. Continue joining the labels until you have a crown. So for our curvy top edge, start at the side seam between the two tall labels. Work 2 doubles together into one corner stitch and the seam stitch. Continue to double crochet across until you have 3 stitches left. Then work 2 half doubles and a single crochet into the corner. Now turning toward the inner corner, work a single and half double together, then 2 doubles together into the inner corner seam, which will be easier to see in the next part. Then a half double and single together. Continue with single crochet across until you have 3 stitches left. Then mirror what we just did in the other corner, ending with a single crochet into the outer corner stitch. Again, work 2 half double crochets, then back to doubles across to the side seam. Then repeat everything we just did. If this is confusing, you can see the blog post that might help seeing it all written out. In the end, you should have some nice curves around the short and tall label edges. Finish the bottom edge by working single crochet all around, including 2 stitches into the seams. We are basically using the same top from part 2 of my 3-in-1 tutorial, just with one less round. So see part 2 if you need more details. Start with 12 double crochet stitches into a ring, and then we're going to alternate singles and doubles for each round. For round 2, work 2 single crochets into each stitch. Continue to increase as a normal flat round, adding 1 stitch between increases for each round for a total of 6 rounds. So round 6 should be 4 single crochet stitches between increases. I really like this heathered blue yarn I found called Denim. I've been saving it for this project. Join the top to the curvy crown by lining up the stitches and single crocheting through both layers all the way around. For this style, we need a band around the bottom before we get to the brim. Do this by working a round of straight double crochet and then a round of singles. And these 2 rounds will not count as brim rounds when I refer to rounds of the brim. It just made sense to put it in this section. I don't know. So the brim I used here is just a flat brim folded up on the sides. It's basically the same brim from the multi-level top hat tutorial. We will alternate doubles and singles each round and add 1 stitch between increases, but only on the double crochet rounds. So round 1 is 6 double crochet between increases, and round 2 will be straight single crochet, and so on until you get to round 6. For round 6, work 9 single crochet between increases. And when you get to a point that is lined up with the side seam between the 2 tall labels, slip stitch into that seam at halfway up the label, then return to working singles as you work. And then do the same thing on the other side. Hey now, not bad, right? It's pretty easy. Like I said, I am digging the style of this one. It just makes me want to drink beer in the sun. Hey, if anyone ever sees this and makes a hat from one of my new tutorials, I would love to hear your feedback in the comments. Or tag me on Instagram at Bohemian9Mermaid. Boop! See you in the next one.